Week 13. Also, the importance of that top seed in the NFC. We're going to be talking about who might get that top seed with all these people right here. You got Mina Kimes, Marcus Spears, Ryan Clark. What's up, guys? They're going to answer all the tough questions because that's what we do on NFL Live. And let's give you some game picks as well. That's coming your way, including Browns, Titans, and Rams, Cardinals. Fingers crossed our overall show record improves. Mina, first of all, give me a matchup to watch Sunday.
Well, in the Giants-Seahawks game, we hear a lot about DK Metcalf, deservedly so, but I got my eye on the cornerback who's defending him, James Bradbury, because he has quietly put together the best season of his career, has been an incredible free agent pickup for New York. He's got his work cut out for him this weekend, but if the Giants want any chance in this, he needs to shut down Metcalf.
Can the Atlanta Falcons do anything to slow down Hendrickson and Cam Jordan when they played the New Orleans Saints? They absolutely wrecked the game the last time these two teams met, and they're actually calling Matt Ryan, Cam Jordan's best friend in Louisiana, on the news. And so if you want to win this game, Atlanta Falcons, you better protect your quarterback.
Listen, first of all, at some point we're going to talk about these damn teams and their running backs. But right now, I'm talking about Jeffrey Simmons. Look, he is people sleeping on him. One of the better run defenders in the NFL, going up against one of the better rushing teams in the NFL. I cannot wait to see this battle in the trenches with number 98, Jeffrey Simmons, against the Cleveland Browns.
Swaggo, you talked about those running backs. Maybe the most intriguing game of the weekend, Browns versus Titans. Couple really similar teams, some absolute powerhouse backs, though. And King Henry will stiff arm you in a heartbeat, so watch out. Nick Chubb, essential as a piece in this Browns offense and really part of their offensive identity. One of these teams, by the way, going to be 9-3 after Sunday. So rushing attack will be the focal point. And since the start of last season, Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb ranked first and second in the league rush yards per game, 100-yard rushing games, yards after contact per rush, and yards above expectation per NFL Next Gen stats. Henry has the edge in most categories, but no one's been tougher to bring down than Chubb. Both defenses got to have their hands full on Sunday. Ryan, is Nick Chubb underappreciated in your mind?
Hell yeah, he's underappreciated. I mean, we forget how good this dude is. And because he missed some weeks here in the middle of the season, we acting like he ain't that boy. Listen, when Nick Chubb plays for the Cleveland Browns, they are two different teams, two different offenses. He goes out, they're number one in rushing. They fall to the latter 20s when he's on the bench or when he's on the pine or when he's in rehab. Nick Chubb runs over folks, he runs around folks, and he changes the physicality of the Cleveland Browns offense. And so when we watch this game, yes, we will marvel at Derrick Henry. We understand how big he is, how fast, how explosive. But the dude on the other side is a war daddy, too. It's going to be about these two dudes, and I can't wait to watch them run the football.
Ryan, you're absolutely right. Like, Chubb and Henry are 1 and 2 in every category in rushing, no matter how you slice it. They're like Federer and Nadal. If Federer and Nadal were extremely jacked and ran dudes over. We talk a lot about how great Derrick Henry is in the fourth quarter, right? Like, he goes nuts at the end of games. But Nick Chubb in the fourth quarter against stacked boxes is rushing 12.5 yards per carry. That is not a typo. 12.5 yards per carry. I will disagree with you, though. I think the run games are so good that they almost cancel each other out. And when I look at this game and try to evaluate what's going to be the difference, to me, it's the quarterback. Whichever quarterback doesn't turn the ball over. Ryan Tannehill has played better football than Baker Mayfield, but Myles Garrett is on the field. I think that's going to be the key matchup in this game, that Browns pass rush against Ryan Tannehill, because whoever makes a mistake is going to lose it for their team.
This game, extremely difficult to pick. Our game picks coming your way momentarily. But, Marcus, how big is this game for the Browns?
It's huge. Listen, in the words of my man Inky Johnson, one of the better motivational speakers, and Eric, the hip-hop preacher, who the hell are you, Cleveland Browns? Are you the team that can stand up when you're playing somebody that's legitimately in contention to make a Super Bowl run, a playoff run? There's been 2 outings this year, y'all, between Baltimore and the Pittsburgh Steelers where the Cleveland Browns look like they shouldn't have even been on the field. And they got a substantial win against the Colts. Everybody else they done beat are bad. They suck. They terrible. So Cleveland has to find out who they are when they're playing against a team that potentially has the same type of expectations that they have going forward throughout this season. I'm waiting to see it. Listen, Baker Mayfield, Ryan Tannehill, we can spit names out. We can talk Derrick Henry, Chubb, Kareem Hunt. We can talk about all of these guys. What it boils down to for me is the Cleveland Browns for real, or are they feasting on lesser than opponents? Period. That's all I want to know. I'm going to keep preaching it, and maybe after this week I'll change my tune. But for right now, the Cleveland Browns, if you look at their schedule, hadn't beaten anybody worth a grain of salt outside of the Colts.
Yeah, period with a T and a D. Anyway, whatever. So, Ryan, period. Ryan, when you think about it along those lines, I mean, I said this off the top. One of these teams is going to be 9-3 after this game. Is anybody fearing these teams in the playoffs, the Browns or the Titans?
You know what? I hate to use the word fear because these are all grown men who love this game. But yeah, you get scared when you go against the Tennessee Titans because of the type of game that they play. And listen, guys, let's not forget, this was the type of football Tennessee played that got them to the AFC Championship last year. And one of those teams was the New England Patriots. Tom Brady, greatest of all time. They beat them in New England. Then you play the Baltimore Ravens, who we had seen go through the regular season and run roughshods over team. We thought that they would be in the AFC Championship, no doubt. They go to Baltimore and beat them. And obviously, when you play Patrick Mahomes, hey, man, sometimes people leave the hospital with more than you got. And Patrick Mahomes left the hospital with a full cart of that whip butt. And so that's a different thing. But when you watch the Tennessee Titans, the one thing they don't do is get out of character. You know how it gets, man. You start pressing people, you start messing with them, they get out of character. And they act like their mama ain't raised them right. The Tennessee Titans don't do that. You get up, guess what? They turn around and hand the ball to Derrick Henry. You score another touchdown, guess what they do? Turn around and hand the ball to Derrick Henry. And eventually in the fourth quarter, you're looking at Marcus Spears on the bench, and I'm the free safety, and I'm saying, bro, if y'all don't stop him at some point, I'm just going to stop hitting him. Because clearly, this ain't my job. But that's what happens. Can the Cleveland Browns get there? If the Cleveland Browns could get there and say, you know what? Nick Chubb, no matter if we're losing or not, we're going to keep giving you this football and not put it on Baker. If they get there, I think you start to fear them a little bit too.
Mina, really fast, I just want to clear something up. Did Ryan Clark say a full cart of whip butt?
I think so.
Yes,
yeah, that's a technical football term for those at home who are confused. You might be, it's a sophisticated show. We use advanced terminology.
Because he got more. That's because he got more than a can. That's why.
That's exactly it.
He got bags and bags of it.
Hey, yes, he did. And listen, we're going to pick this game right now and show you what we're working with. In fact, we're all working with the same thing. So we're all going with the Titans. And Mina's saying no because every time we do this on this show, the team that we all pick loses. So if you're interested in this game, you might want to pick the Browns. I know, it's very scary.
That's not true.
What can we do about it? We don't talk about our picks. It's so bad. Okay, we're just getting rolling on NFL Live. We got so much more coming your way today. A huge NFC West matchup between the Cardinals and Rams Sunday.